Aloha, YouTube investors. How is everybody doing today? My name is David Yansen. Welcome to my channel. Today is October 22nd, 2020. It is Thursday and it is earnings season. So we are going through my portfolios and all the holdings that I have that are announcing earnings for this quarter. I am doing videos on. So the majority of my videos, well, pretty much all of them except for one this week, will be on the holdings that I have. The only video that I'll have for you tomorrow that I do at the end of every single week is my dividend tracker video. So that video will have how much dividends I will be paid from all of my holdings for 2020, and then I show you estimated payment all the way out to 2044, 25 years out. So look for that video at the end of the week of every week, but it'll be going out tomorrow, Friday, which is the end of the week. The other videos that I've already done, companies of earning reports, is JP Morgan, Johnson & Johnson, Bank of America, Procter & Gamble from my Roth IRA, and Tesla, AT&T we're doing now, Verizon, and IBM out of my Fidelity account here. So I do have videos on those if you want to see. I'll have cards for you throughout the video for you to look at, and I'll also have at the end of the video the two cards will pop up for you to select as well too. Or you can just check the playlist. The playlist is organized. I have all my brokerages broken up in the playlist there for you. So M1 Finance, Robinhood, and a little bit of Webull. Just to be honest, I signed up for Webull for the free stocks like probably a lot of other people have. So if you're interested in doing the same thing, I do have links in the description for you, and I do have Doe Finance as well too, where you can get a free stock for signing up with them as well. So, but AT&T ended the day at the end of the U.S. Trading day at $28.28. It actually saw a bump up after its earnings report, which was good, but it's kind of bittersweet for me personally. Personally, I don't have a lot of money to invest, and I'm trying to focus on my Roth IRA. So my Roth IRA is getting closer to the $6,000 contribution cap. So I'm still doing the regular $100, but because of finances, I'm not able to put into Fidelity like I would want to. I have done more buys. Well, it's probably kind of even. In September, I did more buys in Robinhood. If you want to see what those videos were, what those companies that I added were for Robinhood, and it's because stocks were going down, and I was able to buy into companies that I wanted to buy in previously, but I was trying to build out my positions for my Roth IRA and my Fidelity account. And at one point, Fidelity was with M1 Finance, but I took that individual account and I rolled it over to, or not rolled it over, but I transferred it over to Fidelity. So, and I have videos if you want to see those as well too. But so in September, I added to my Robinhood to some positions that I had wanted to for a while. Now, I've this week and last week I've added to AbbVie, and I think I added to. I think the AbbVie is the only one that I've added to for my Fidelity account. I did add to Fastly this morning a little bit. I think like $20 or so to Fastly because it dropped below the price that I originally got in at. So I originally got it in at like $79, and I bought a little bit more fractional shares. Thank you very much. That's what I love about investing now, and I probably wouldn't have really ever gotten into this if it wasn't for Robinhood and then M1 Finance with the fractional shares and the zero commissions. So, but anyway, so I've been adding to them. AT&T, I said in previous videos, I like anywhere under $30. My average cost is like 29 something. So when they went to 26, I was like, oh man, I gotta at least, 26 bucks. What's that? That's nothing, right? But I'm trying to stay focused, trying to stay on point. So I didn't do it. I probably should have just taken the 20 something bucks that I put into Fastly and put it into AT&T, as AT&T is a solid dividend aristocrat. But in my opinion, they're going to stay below 30 at least through 2021. So I still have some time. But that $26 price that it dropped to today was very, very appealing to me. Still kind of having a little bit of FOMO with that one. So, but as far as their earnings is concerned for today, this is Alpha Street. I kind of like this website. It doesn't show all of the holdings this nice chart, but I do like this chart here, so that's why my almost all my videos will have this chart in it for the earnings. So you can see revenue is down 5% to 42.3 billion. And if we scroll back up here, you can see that net income for the quarter, for the third quarter, was 2.8 billion or 39 cents per share, compared to last year in the third quarter, 2019 third quarter, which net income that quarter was 3.7. So down, not a surprise, not expected, just because of the worldwide recession that we're in and the stay-at-home economy and offices being closed, people working from home, people going to school at home, all those types of things. You know, AT&T had stores closed for a while. Depending on the states that you're in the U.S., they probably still have some stores closed. I haven't noticed here in Honolulu if their stores are open. I know T-Mobile stores have been open for probably since May or June. I haven't noticed Verizon or AT&T, but so it's not a surprise that their quarterly revenue was down and that their total operating revenue dropped down so much as well either. So it's kind of expected. Probably spring or summer of next year, things will start to move back to normal, and normal foot traffic for all their stores will be back, and we'll start to see better revenues from a lot of these companies. Another, I guess not another, but another or a nice surprise though for AT&T, and this is where they beat Verizon, is that, and this is a quote from their CEO John Stankey, is that their wireless postpaid growth actually did net additions of 640,000 phones. So that's really, really nice, and that they can add postpaid subscribers like that. And then they also added more than 350,000 fiber broadband customers. So I see AT&T as a dividend play. So at the end of his quote here, he says, "We now expect 2020 free cash flow of 26 billion or higher, with a full year dividend payout ratio of 50%, which I think is amazing. 50% I think is really, really good for a company that has this much debt. Now, they did pay down on their debt again this quarter, and I do like the CEO for focusing on their debt, because they took out a lot of debt with acquiring DirecTV and Warner Brothers. The nice thing about getting Warner Brothers is that studios are going to start filming again, and that it's just a temporary relief. So with having HBO, and HBO is going to launch the prequel to Game of Thrones, and of course they've got their regular great TV series, and then they just have a bunch of other movies that they come through. Warner Media, I think, is going to be great. Also with TNT, it's already been announced that NCAA basketball tournament is going to happen next year. It didn't happen this year. So TNT, TBS, True TV, all those stations owned by AT&T will be showing the March Madness basketball tournament, which the viewership on those games is amazing. I don't always watch them all. I'll usually watch the first two rounds and then the final, because those are kind of the more exciting games and stuff like that. But they get really, really great ratings for that. So even though the numbers aren't looking good right now for this quarter, do expect good things for them later on. And so me personally seeing them as a dividend play doesn't mean that they're not a very good company, because they are starting to get their debt together, and they are eventually going to start making money from Warner Brothers. And once they start getting those movies out, if they're good movies, and they own the DC movies, Superman, Batman, all those types of movies, that they're going to do quite fine. Another show that I like that TNT does is Animal Kingdom, and it's about a family that kind of runs. They're kind of like a small family mob in Oceanside, California. That's coming out for a fifth season. That has a small following as well too. So the TV side, I think, is going to be great for them. The wireless side brings in all the money right now with the free cash flow. So I really kind of see AT&T as a free cash flow type business. So hold them for the dividend. Who knows if the stock will actually go into the 50s or the 60s like Verizon flirts with from time to time. Verizon, is always around the 60s somewhere. and regularly in the 50s, even through, I mean, they recovered pretty quick into the 50s, Verizon did. Um, but you're still going to get that nice dividend. And AT&T's dividend yield is like over 7%. If we go back here to this chart here and we scroll down, you can see it says dividend yield 7.36%. Their announcement was 9/25. Ex-dividend date was 10/8. So as of so if you bought more shares as of then on November 2nd is when you'll be paid out the 52 cents. And because AT&T is a dividend aristocrat, they more than likely, maybe not a big increase, but they more than likely will be increasing that dividend for this year or for the next year that it comes up. So buy it for the dividend, And like I said, my personal opinion, Verizon, AT&T, put them as the cornerstone. Have if you're a small time investor like me, try to get to 10 shares and then eventually try to get to 20 and 30 shares. So as long as these companies are paying the dividend, I will hold on to them, and then I will have my other holdings, my Amazons, my Teslas, my Facebooks for capital gains and stuff, and then I like having these solid companies. The bad thing about AT&T is, like you can see over here, the 52-week price performance is it is down 30%. So I don't know if it will regain that 30%, but if it does, and you get the dividend, and even if the dividend drops from 7% to 5%, you're still going to be making some really, really good money. So look for my other videos that I will have coming out, Kimberly Clark and my dividend tracker. Have a great day, everybody. Mahalo and aloha.